in this video, we definitely got to talk about Wonder Woman.
She's my secretary, sir. She's a very good secretary.
Now, Wonder Woman is a 2017 superhero war film, and it follows Diana Prince, whose journey from Themyscira to the world of man leads her to become ultimately Wonder Woman. And I have to say, this movie actually quite surprised me. First, this story. This story isn't like the most original stories, and if you want to really break it down, it feels like they took Captain America, the first Avenger, and Thor, and they just kind of spliced them together. And for the most part, it actually works, although there are some pacing issues here and there. It does remain a pretty interesting and engaging movie, especially if you like watching how somebody from another world is put into the world of man and how they have to actually learn about how our customs are, the roles of men and women, which they did touch upon with the whole feminism thing, but it also was balanced and it wasn't overbearing. So they did a great job in terms of the story. And the story also has a lot of room for growth, which causes Diana to develop as a person. And I really appreciated that. For the most part, hit its mark as an origin story. Now, there are some bits to the story that could have been fleshed out a little bit better. As much as I'm a fan, I'm not one of those fans that are like, okay, it has to be 100% like the source material. The casting, fan-freaking-tastic. Gal Gadot does a great job as Wonder Woman. I said I loved her in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, and I love the fact in this movie she develops into that character. She's naive, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't know much about the world of man. She's just kind of going off what she's heard in her classes when she grew up with. And I love how she just gave that innocence and naivete to that character, but also when there was action or when there was a very inspiring moment, she definitely just brings a fresh, new, fierce face to the character. Steve was awesome. He was heroic. He was inspirational. And I love that even though he was he's very pessimistic, he's very loyal and heroic. And I like that about his character. Even when those moments where you think he's not going to make it out, those moments where you think he's just downtrodden, he still manages to keep going. And I like how that does inspire Diana, especially when she have this one moment in the film that makes her just break down. And I like that he has that effect on her, as well as her having that effect on him. David Thewlis, guy was freaking awesome. Loved his performance. And this has got to be one of the most like serious roles I've ever seen this guy actually play. Because the last time I seen this guy was on like Harry Potter, and he was like the werewolf guy. But now he's like actually Ares, and he actually does give the character a really good amount of like depth, you know what I'm saying? Even though he's kind of a dick and he's kind of a douchebag, you kind of see what he's talking about. Dr. Poison was a very interesting character. I will say that she was underutilized, in my opinion. She was cool, but I wanted to see some kind of motivation. Is it simply because she was with that faction? Is the fact that the reason that she was doing what she was doing? Or is there an actual reason besides that? Loved the special effects of the movie. I thought everything was pretty good. There are some moments where there is some unnecessary CGI. Practical probably would have been a better way to go, but they're not that many, and they're pretty far and few between. I'm not one of those who say that everything has to be practical, because I understand they have the motion capture. Like when they had in Man of Steel, there was a lot of CGI, but it was based off motion capture. I don't mind that. And the movie does have it, but it isn't bad in my eyes. It just helps to ground some of the more action-oriented or heavily induced action-oriented moments. There are a lot of slow motion sequences. Some work, some don't. Usually they work in my eyes during the action sequences, which are well shot. There is just one moment where Diana is just on the battlefield and she is just taking it to these guys, and she just mowing these guys down. Hands down, my favorite sequence of this movie. And I just love the way it was shot. Even though it had, slow-mo in it, it was just shot really well. The score was actually pretty good. It was awesome. It was inspiring. There's one moment in the movie where, you know, Diana just steps onto the no man's land, the slow motion sequence and the music in the background just kind of just revs it on up in this very awe-inspiring moment. And I think it was well done. Also, the beat that she has in Batman vs. Superman is in this movie. It's freaking awesome, and I love that theme. But there are some moments that probably could have been done a little bit better. All in all, it's a very enjoyable movie. It's the best presentation of Wonder Woman in film, live action, hands down. There is literally no argument to this. Don't care what nobody says. There is a couple of things that it kind of get me. Like I said, I did mention the special effects, where there are some moments where the special effects shouldn't be CGI, but it kind of is. It could have been better utilized as practical, as well as some of the slow-mo, which could have been stemmed down a bit. There is a little bit about when it comes to mythology and the story, where, you know, Ares ends up killing most of the gods except Zeus, and I would have liked to have seen a little bit more exposition on that, to how he did that. But I'm not one of those people that are like, there's no way he could have not did it, because it is a mythology and it's fictional mythology. It's fiction based on mythology. Not all the gods had superpowers like that. Not all of them could shoot fireballs or electricity, had freaking super strength, you know, unlimited strength, or could fly and stuff like that. So I did give that a bit of a pass. One thing I will say, as far as the climactic battle, I would have liked to seen a little bit more of a sword fight, but I'm not gonna lie, Ares was freaking awesome. That's one of the best, if not the best incarnation of Ares in film. Having said that, and the best incarnation of Wonder Woman we've got so far, it is a very fun movie. It has some lighthearted moments, some very meaningful moments, some awesome action-packed moments with good characters, a fantastic cast, awesome soundtrack, good special effects, good visuals, good cinematography. We had, you know, the bad guys could have been done a bit better, but they were pretty flat. But the characters themselves were actually pretty cool. In the end, Wonder Woman definitely deserves a 4 out of 5. I don't care what nobody says. This is just an all-around great and fantastic movie. It is a slow movie, but movies like this need that time to develop the characters. And I think they did a really good job with this. Again, Gal Gadot, thumbs up to you. You are so far the best representation of Wonder Woman that we've seen, and the movie just awesome. I cannot wait to get it on Blu-ray or DVD. And like I said, I highly recommend everyone to just go out and enjoy this movie. All right then, guys. Till next time.